Imagine two people. Both buy the exact same electric car, same model, same city, Bengaluru, same year. 3 years later, one of them has saved 2 lakh rupees. The other one made a financial mistake. They both did the research. They both watched the reviews. They both ran the numbers. Both intelligent, both careful. And yet, same car, same city, same year, different outcomes. There is one variable that predicted this. One number. Almost no EV review mentions. No dealership will bring it up. Most buying guides skip right past it. It's not range. It's not charging speed. It's not battery warranty. We'll get there. Think about the moment you first seriously started researching an EV. It probably started with a video. Nexon EV Real World Range Test, Honest Review. 27 minutes. You watched all of it. And at the end, 14 more videos recommended on the site. Nexon EV versus XUV 400. Which should you get? EV home, charging, complete setup guide. 1 year with Nexon EV. What actually went wrong? EV highway range, reality check. 2 hours later, you're reading about CCS2 charging standards. Type 2 AC versus DC fast charging. The difference between 7.2 kilowatt and 50 kilowatt. One video confidently tells you this is exactly the right time to go electric in India. Another video equally confident India just isn't ready for EVs yet. Both have 500,000 views. Both look credible. Someone in a Facebook group wrote, 9 months, 0 issues. Best decision I ever made. The comment below it, mine showed a battery warning at 14 months. Now you're thinking about that person. 14 months. Battery warning. Under warranty? What does it cost to fix? You visit the dealership. The salesperson says, 437 kilometers of range. You ask, in real world conditions? He says, depends on your usage. Depends on your usage. That phrase is actually true. But nobody tells you which part of your usage matters, which specific number, which threshold. Range, charging speed, features, battery warranty. These are all real questions. They're just not the right questions. There is one primary question, one number, one variable that almost nobody focuses on. Quick test. Right now, without looking anything up, how many kilometers do you drive in a year? Approximate is fine. 8,000, 12,000, 20,000. Most people honestly don't know. And that is the problem. Because this one number, just this one number, is the single most predictive variable in the EV decision. Think about it this way. An EV costs more upfront, but significantly less to run. That makes it an investment. Unlike any investment, your returns depend on how much you actually use it. More kilometers every year, the upfront cost recovers faster. Fewer kilometers, the financial case weakens fast. This is not an opinion, this is math. Petrol in India today, 7 rupees to 9 rupees per kilometer. Home charged EV, 1 rupee to 2 rupees per kilometer. Those numbers are real. But there's a gap you have to cross first. Nexon petrol, 10 lakh rupees. Nexon EV, 13.2 lakh rupees. 3.2 lakh rupees upfront gap. That gap gets recovered through fuel savings. Until it does, you're not in profit. And this is exactly where annual kilometers become everything. Let's run the numbers. 8 rupees per kilometer petrol, 1.5 rupees per kilometer home charging, saving 6.5 rupees every kilometer. Scenario A, 10,000 kilometer a year, 65,000 rupees saved annually. Break even. Nearly 5 years. 5 years you've just recovered the cost. 7 years, roughly 1.3 lakh rupees ahead. Scenario B, 15,000 kilometer a year, 97,500 rupees saved annually. Break even 3.3 years. 5 years, 1.7 lakh rupees net. The math starts working here. Scenario C, 20,000 kilometer a year, 1 lakh 30,000 rupees saved annually. Break even 2.5 years. 5 years, 3.25 lakh rupees net. City driving, home charging. The strongest case for an EV. One important nuance, all three scenarios assumed home charging at 1.5 rupees per kilometer. What if you mostly use public fast chargers? Home, 1 rupee, 2 per kilometer. Public, 3.5 rupees, 4 per kilometer. Your 6.5 rupees savings shrinks to 4 rupees, 4.50. Break even stretches. Margin gets tight. No home charging option. Do this math before you buy. Maintenance, no engine oil, simpler servicing, EV ahead overall, slightly heavier tires, marginally higher insurance, minor disadvantages, not deal breakers. Battery, 8-year manufacturer warranty, replacement after 3 rupees to 8 lakh rupees. By year 8, you've likely saved 4 rupees to 6 lakh rupees on fuel. Not urgent. Plan for it. So where does this leave us? The EV decision in practice comes down to 4 questions. This is the framework. This is what I want you to take away from this. Question 1. How many kilometers do you drive in a year? Under 8,000. Petrol is the better option for now. Between 8,000 and 15,000, it depends. The next 3 questions will tell you. Above 15,000, seriously consider an EV. The numbers start working in your favor. Question 2. Can you charge at home? Yes. Garage, dedicated parking, somewhere you can install a charger. EV ownership becomes genuinely convenient and cost effective. No. Apartment, no dedicated parking. Solve the charging problem first. The car can wait. This isn't an edge case. This is a common urban reality in India. Depending on public charging primarily significantly reduces the savings case for an EV. Question 3. How long are you planning to keep this car? 2 to 3 years? The investment won't recover in time. 5 years or more? The math works. The longer you keep it, the better the return. Question 4. What does your driving look like, city or highway? Mostly city. Stop and go traffic is where EVs are at their best. Regenerative braking works continuously. Efficiency is high, EV wins. Mostly highway. Constant high speed drops EV efficiency. Range anxiety on long trips is real. The petrol case gets stronger. 4 questions. Just 4. Answer them honestly, and the decision makes itself. The EV industry wants you to go electric. The petrol industry wants you to stay. We are looking at your numbers. You're a strong EV candidate if more than 1,200 kilometers a month. Home charging available. Keeping the car 5+ years. Mostly city driving. Petrol is the smarter call right now if under 700 kilometers a month, no home charging. Regular highway trips, selling or upgrading within 3 years. Not because EVs are bad, because buying the wrong car for your situation is one of the most expensive mistakes you can make. Real choice. better decisions. Let's go back to those two people. Same car, same city, same year. Person 1, 22,000 kilometer a year. Home charging from day one. 5-year plan. Bengaluru city commute. Person 2, 6,000 kilometer a year. Apartment, no home charging. Transfer cities at 18 months. Weekend highways. Same car, different math, different outcomes. The question everyone asks, is an EV good? Is the wrong question. The right one. Is an EV good for you?